If you are a newbie onto web hosting fields, the plenty of those hosting plans offered by a lot of providers may confuse you. Here is a quick guide that will help your entrance into web hosting world. Shared hosting. In this arrangement, a single web server box usually handles hundreds or thousands of websites. This is possible because each of those sites is probably very small and uses minimal bandwidth. Usually, this is the cheapest plan offered by hosting providers. Linux hosting. Along with shared hosting, this service is probably what you want, as the vast majority of web development tools, WordPress, Joomla, Drupal, and more, are all designed for Linux. For sites that use PHP, Perl, or most other programming code, Linux is almost essential. But don't panic, you don't need to know Linux to use a Linux web hosting service, since web hosts provide a graphical interface to help you find your way around. Windows hosting. A good alternative for Linux hosting is Windows hosting, which allows you to use Microsoft tools to manage and publish your site. Usually, Windows hosting is more expensive than Linux options. VPS hosting. A virtual private server is designed for higher traffic sites, and provides a virtualized server that runs only your website. The benefit of owning a VPS is that you can manage or reboot the site individually without affecting or being affected by other sites. This choice has a bad side too. You must note that the server is hosted on shared equipment that is running many such VPSs, so a hardware failure will still take all the sites down. Dedicated hosting. With a dedicated server, you get one computer to host your website. Other sites are hosted elsewhere, so they can't crash your site or bog it down if they receive a lot of traffic. Sounds nice, but this service is really quite expensive. Managed hosting. In a managed hosting situation, the host provides staff members to help keep an eye on your website, manually restarting failed servers and providing technical expertise, sometimes with an additional cost. Colocation. Although colocation is similar to dedicated hosting, it uses hardware and software that you provide personally, giving you complete control over the site. The web host doesn't touch the server except to make sure that it's still turned on. Everything else is up to you. This service is the most complicated and usually the most expensive way to run a website.